2024, scams cost Americans over $12.5 billion. That's estimated.
And that's with a B, billion.
It's estimated because most people don't want to go brag about them being
true.
scammed. So they're having to do this off of estimations. And so in this video today, we're going to talk about how you can avoid being scammed. Now, if I'm you, I'm watching this video and I'm like, Tim, I'm a savvy web user. I'm not going to be scammed. But here's the thing. Charlotte Cowles was a financial columnist for The Cut. This was just a couple years ago. And she was scammed out of $50,000 after receiving a call from someone posing as an Amazon rep and then followed up by the FTC and the CIA. And so she went through this whole thing and she lost $50,000. Wow. Thankfully, she was kind enough, generous enough, humble enough to share that experience. Yeah. That was somebody, I'm pretty sure she's a millennial. She was savvy. She was a columnist about personal finance stuff and she got scammed. And not just a little bit, a lot of it. And so, we could all use a refresher course.
We could.
Like, let's all be open-minded. Let's growth mindset. We can learn. But then also, for those of us who do have older parents in our life, this would be a good video to share with them or to share some tips that you learn in this video with them to help protect them. Sarah and I were recently in a waiting room in New York, and there was this 80-year-old man on speakerphone talking to someone about some charges. It was pretty evident that it was a scam. No. So all of us are just like listening to it. And fortunately, he was so not tech savvy that he couldn't even follow the scammer's directions and eventually just got frustrated and hung up. Had he been able to follow the directions, there's a good chance he would have been scammed out of money. And my wife, who is an angel, she went over to him, to this grumpy old man who didn't want to be talking to her, and explained to him that this was most likely a scam and here's how you check. So young, old, all of us. And here's the thing, they did not teach us anything about this in school. My son, Bobby, who is in elementary school, they actually have them go through courses about internet safety. Yeah, Google.
You're kidding.
Google has a course about like how to protect your password and what does it look like and how to tell if an email's fake. Like all this, they're teaching kids. So in theory, they may be more savvy, but we didn't learn this in school. No one taught our 70, 65-year-old parents how to do this in school. So welcome to school. Welcome to class.
Okay,
let's do this now. A survey by IPX 1031 found that 30% of Americans reported being scammed in the past year. How much on average, according to the survey, do you think people were scammed?
Like money-wise?
Yeah, and you in the comments, pause it right now. How much do you think in the past year, of the 30% of Americans that were scammed, what is the average amount that they were scammed out of?
I'm going to say 1,500.
Very close. 1,600, according to that. 1,600.
That's crazy.
So scammers use urgency and fear to hijack your rational thinking. When you're panicked, your brain shifts from logical, deliberate decision-making to fast emotional reactions. This fight or flight mode makes you more likely to comply without questioning exactly what the scammers want. They want you to be panicked.
Yep.
They want you to be like, whoa, alarm bells are going off. The most surprising scam that I have gone through, and I know that this one's going around. I'm going to give some specifics throughout the video, and at the end, I'm going to outline several. But I got a call. They said they were from the local police station. They said it by name, and they asked, "Is this Mr. Gosnell?" Yes. And they tried to sound very formal, and they were not foreign. Like that was one of the things. Like the guy it was from another country, which could have been a support, but this guy was American, and he said, "Hey, you had a subpoena out, and you didn't show up to court." And so we need you to come down to the station.
And this has happened in our family. Meaning like...
Oh.
So you're like...
Someone actually did get arrested is what she's referencing. And yes. Yes, it did. But so they're saying you were subpoenaed and you didn't show up. You need to go down to the station. And the first thing that was like my first thought was this is probably a scam. But what I couldn't figure out was...
What are they trying to get at?
What is the scam? Because... I'm going to go to
sending you to the station.
Yeah, they're sending me to the station. So it's like, how is that going to work? I got off the phone with him and I did some research. And what it is they'll change the story. They'll say, oh, actually the police station closed. We need you to come do this. Like then once they get you in that panic state, they start changing things. So they want to use that panic and fear. And they really, really induce it. Because I'm not saying, but it's like, oh, wait, I was supposed to show up to court. I would have shown up to court. I have 4 rules I'm going to give you. And then we're going to walk through some like common examples. But the rule number 1 is to go to the source. So in that example that I just gave, they said they were with a specific county's police station. I said, okay, I'm going to hang up the phone and I'm going to go to the county's police station website. I'm going to find their phone number, and then I'm going to call them. When I do that, who should I ask for? I'm going to get some information from him, but then I'm never going to give out anything or do any behaviors based on an incoming communication. I'm always going to go to the source. So I call that county's police station and say, hey, here's the situation. And they're like, it's a scam. Just immediately. Now, I wanted to make sure, I wanted to double check, I want to go through the steps because it's really hard to assume either way. So go to the source. Now, if it's an email, what going to the source means is we do not click the link in the email. We go to the website. There should always be a way to do what they're asking us to do in that email in our account. If we can't go to the actual website by Googling it or putting in the URL and doing it in our account, then we can call the phone number on the website. Again, we don't want to call the phone number in the email. If we get a printed letter or a text message, we don't want to call the incoming number or a number that the incoming people say that we should call. We go to the actual company's website and then call them. Now, that's assuming that it's a company that we recognize, because there may be situations where you don't recognize it, but that's what we want to do, number one. Now, this is also a good place to consider a password manager. Do you use a password manager?
Of course, yeah, 1Password.
You use it, of course.
Of course.
I love the of course.
Because, no, it's
why would it be of course?
It is a get my go issue.
Okay.
People not knowing their passwords, so it is an efficiency thing for me.
I'm a 1Password fan. Apple has a built-in one that you can use. Here's what you want, and here's what I want to look for in a password manager, and here's why it's important and how it relates to this. If you were to Google it and go to the wrong website accidentally, because sometimes scammers will pay for ads to show up before the real website, or if you accidentally forget one time in a moment of weakness and click the link, if the URL does not match what you have in your password manager, it will not autofill the password.
That's right. Yep.
So it's kind of like a safety gap. If you forgot to go to the source, or if somehow it slipped into your URLs by accident and you're on the wrong website, it won't accidentally put in the password for you. So that's why I think it's good. 1Password, I'll link that in the comments below, but I highly recommend it. Number 2 is always follow rule number 1, even when you don't think you need to. I will have calls that come in that I'm 99.999% sure it's legitimate, but out of building the muscles of having the best practices, I still say, I'm gonna hang up. I'm gonna go to the company's website. I'm gonna call, how do I get in touch with you? Do you have a extension that I can dial, or do I just need to speak to another customer service representative? Because just out of principle, you always wanna follow rule number 1, because no one gets scammed thinking, oh, I think this is a scam.
Yeah,
You're always going to be scammed when you don't think it's going to be a scam. So we always have to follow the rule number 1, even when we don't think it's a scam. Rule number 3 is, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. In 2024, 38% of scams involved fake prizes and sweepstakes. Now, here's the tough thing. Sometimes you win a prize.
I know, exactly. How do you know?
And you don't want to miss out on a prize. Sarah entered Bobby into some sort of sweepstakes, and he won a $100 gift card to the Nintendo Switch store. Like,
for real?
For real. Okay. For real. Now, the biggest way that you can tell if it's a scam or not is, did you enter a sweepstakes?
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's for something, you're like, oh, I didn't know it. And you're like, maybe you enter them all the time, but it would be good to have some sort of recollection. And then a true sweepstakes is never going to ask you for money. Now, we did talk about in a Reacts video recently, if it's posted, about how when you do win a prize, you will owe taxes on that if it's over a certain amount. But the prize giver is never going to collect that money from you. They're never going to collect that money from you up front. So no prize should ever involve a shipping fee, because at best it's not necessarily a scam. It's just probably not a good deal. It's like, I'm going to send you a free book if you pay for shipping. The shipping's $12 or something like that. It's like, you're paying for the book. And at worst, it's a scam. It's a full-on scam. So any sort of sweepstakes or prize that requires money up front, if you have not signed up for that sweepstakes, that should be a red flag. And number 4, trust your gut. Let's say that you're like, maybe I did fill out one of those forms for the sweepstakes and I don't. Get a friend involved. You know, get a trustworthy, level-headed friend to like talk this through and work out a plan with you to like
Safety
figure
and
out.
numbers.
Even if you really did get in trouble with the law and you're in trouble for something, you still have time.
That's right.
To get off the phone, call a friend, call a lawyer, call someone, and get another opinion on it. There's nothing that's so, because they want to keep you on the phone. Like that's one of the strategies, is they keep you on the phone, they keep you escalated, they keep giving you steps, they'll just keep you on the phone the whole time. And no real situation is going to happen like that. So get off the phone, talk to somebody else, do some research, and it's fine. Next, we're gonna go over like just some common real world examples of scams. I've already gone over a couple, but a fake package delivery text, again, those are extremely common. Most of you who are watching this video probably recognize that. One that would fall into this category is I've been getting texts about tolls. I have tolls that aren't paid. But here's the thing, I have legitimate tolls that aren't paid as well. So I have both fake scam tolls and then real ones that I need to pay. And how do I know that they're real? I go to the actual website. I Google it myself, North Carolina, Fast Pass or whatever they call it. I put in the invoice number from my invoice on that thing. It has all my information. It's correct, right? It's right. But then I'm also getting fake text. So this can be very confusing. And,
it can be.
For those of you, especially if you're like, I got to pay my bills on time, you're going to be somebody who's going to be alerted to that even more. So just be aware. Number two, your account is compromised. So this could be an email that says, hey, your account's been compromised. Click on the link. What they want you to do is click on the link, put in your account credentials, and then now they have your account credentials. So that's why a password manager comes in handy. They can also call you, or you could call, say, hey, call us, and then they're going to request personal information over the phone. And again, go to the source. Go to Amazon.com, call their customer service. Romance scams, we haven't really talked about that. Oh. That is a big one. Oh. Yeah.
That's sad.
Looking for love. Yeah. And so, again, involve some other people. If you haven't met that, one of the telltale signs of that is going to be they never want to meet you. They always have stories about why it can't work out, all that kind of stuff. And then they start having a lot of life tragedies. What they want to do is create a connection with you and then have some sort of tragedies happen in their life that require some financial assistance, and they'll get you that way. So I think the concern in those situations that people will be like, my friends don't understand, my family, be open, be open to it. We just talked about in another video of like knowing something could happen. If you are somebody who's looking for love on the internet, just be prepared that scamming is a part of that world. And then have people that you can trust that you can bounce things off with. Government impersonations, that was what happened. That's a really big one. And again, people don't want to get in trouble with the government. So whether it's a toll, it's a subpoena, it's whatever, they're going to try to get you panicked. Again, you have time, pause and do your research. And then 5, too good to be true job offers. And sometimes, again, what they'll require in these situations is they want money up front. Any of these things that are like, oh, it's going to be a really good job, but we need you to pay for this test or this thing. Scam. All of it's scam. So trust your gut. Be safe out there. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time on the channel.